Okay, questions in English for Dustin first, please.
Dustin, it was obviously extremely testing conditions out there today. The heat.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'm being in Jamaica and being at home since I lived there for 7-8 years. Heat is normally not an issue for me, but today was extremely hot, and it's definitely fighting with that.
It was obviously a very good win there. The crowd were really on your side.
Yes, it did help. I felt like I played a Davis Cup match at home there because a lot of Jamaican friends and a lot of Jamaican guys I know that lived in New York came out to support me, and it definitely helped in the hard times where I was really struggling, concentrating, and also struggling with my body.
Dustin, will you be catching any of Andy's match if you get the chance?
I'm going to try and go over there. And what's the score over there right now?
He's just about to win that second set.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to, as soon as I get my chance, to go over there and watch a little bit, definitely.
You were serving really well today.
It helped a lot of times when I needed it, yeah. So that's one of my biggest weapons, my serve, and it definitely was there when I needed it the most, and especially at the end when I realized that I tried to close out the points really fast. It helped me, especially a lot of first serves.
And the drop shot too, yeah?
That's my favorite shot, basically, yeah. The drop shot, it helps also.
Were you using that particularly because of the player you were facing?
The serve or the drop shot? No?
The drop shot.
No, that's probably anybody. I mean, I try it and I'll see how it works. If the guy's running it down every time, hits the winner, then I should stop. But today it worked pretty well, so I kept using it. Yeah.
If you do play Murray, what sort of match would you expect?
A tough one, probably. There we go. I'm gonna definitely try and play my type of tennis. You know, play aggressive and try to keep the points short. And then we've seen that he's a very good returner, so I have to see how it works out, how I'm serving. If it's possible to play serve and volley, I might have to play from the baseline.
Dustin, did you make any progress with your inquiries about playing Davis Cup for Great Britain?
Actually, no. Since Wimbledon, I haven't had any contact with them. I mean, that was the last time I spoke with them, and they said they were going to get in contact with me, so we'll see.
There was a suggestion that you had to get a British passport or something. Was that?
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, if you're playing for the country, you have to get the passport. The possibility was to get the passport, but then, as I said back then to the LTA, they have to come towards me and tell me, you know, how we can help each other, because it's not the sense of just running around and getting a British passport. I mean, I feel very Jamaican as it is. I mean, there's a crowd out there to support me, but there was in the late couple years, I've had a lot of problems with the Jamaican Federation. As I've heard now, there has been a new president elected in Jamaica for the tennis federation, and I'm waiting to see for them to contact me and see where we can go from here.
Are they giving you any more sort of financial backing since Wimbledon?
The Jamaican Federation? No, nothing has happened at all. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed just in the last week or two, as I've been hearing from friends in Jamaica and family in Jamaica, that they've elected a new president in Jamaica, and that changes have been made in the federation. So I'm waiting to hear from them and to see how we can try and figure out the last couple years that were bad, because the main goal, which I've been saying all the time, is that I can't be working with those people as a president or the national coach, because they weren't doing their job. So now changes have been made, and definitely looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Dustin, what's the biggest crowd you played in front of, and how will you cope with that when you possibly play Andy?
If I play against Andy, and then I guess it's going to be on a big court, that's probably would be the biggest crowd I've played in front of. And yeah, besides that, played Newport against Sam Querrey on center court. There was a lot of people there, but you know, it's hard to see how many people are there when you're playing. I mean, it's packed, and so.
All things being equal with financial support and everything, would you rather play for Jamaica?
Definitely, because I am Jamaican, my dad's Jamaican. If the possibility is to stay in playing for Jamaica, I definitely would love to do that. But if I realize, that nothing is going to change over the years, I mean, I have to look at my career, and then if things work out with Britain or with Germany, or either way, it's a mutual thing. Federation's not doing it because I'm Dustin Brown and I'm a nice guy. They're going to do it because I'm going to help them in some sort of way, and vice versa. So.
Do you know Andy at all?
Well, from TV, yeah.
You don't have any sort of relationship?
Nope.
What do you make of him as a player? I mean, is he one of the guys who everyone fears playing, or do you actually enjoy playing against someone like that?
To be honest, this is my first or second Grand Slam main draw. I got Meltzer in the first round in Wimbledon and won a set off of him and did well for what I thought. And I'm really excited if Andy should win to play against him, and then we'll see what happens.
Have you always played with that kind of explosive style that you brought certainly to the court today? Is that always an expressive way of playing tennis?
Yes, definitely has been, and definitely the crowd helped today to keep me pushing, especially in times when I, felt a little bit down. But it was definitely always the way I've played.
It doesn't seem to me as though you could possibly play boring tennis.
Pardon?
It doesn't seem to me as though you could possibly play a boring point. Every point that you play has
Well,
something.
thank you. Well, I don't really do it to make anybody else happy. It's just the way I play. So if other people are happy watching, then even better.
Do you think the crowd, if it's against Murray, would be on your side again?
Well, I know the Jamaican guys are coming, so they're going to be on my side. I don't know about anybody else.
But there are a lot of Jamaican guys coming.
Yeah, and if we play on a big court, then it's definitely going to be more people coming. So we'll see.
What do you think you can achieve ultimately in your career?
The last year has been a very good year for me, and I ranked from maybe 400 something to inside the top 100, and that with limited support from federations, limited practice, and either way. And I think there's definitely much more to come if I get the chance, financial backing, and have a own coach traveling with me and those sort of things. So we'll just see what happens from now.
How are you finding financing yourself at the moment? Is it
Myself.
winning?
Winnings, playing Bundesliga in Germany. That's basically it.
Still got the camper van, or is that?
It's at home, yeah. It's still my car when I go home. So when I go home, I go to the supermarket with it, or go to the movies or whatever. So it's still my car, but I haven't been home that often. So, and I'm not thinking about selling it either because it's just so much, memories and hard things I've gone through with the camper. So I'm definitely keeping it.
Where is home now?
Home right now is in Winsen-Aller in Germany, near to Hanover.
Does it cost you money to come to these bigger tournaments as well? Are you out of the pocket?
Well, if you're playing the US Open, you're getting a purse of, I don't know, $18,000. I don't possibly see how much you're going to spend to not go home with a plus. So here it's okay. If you're playing challengers and you're going maybe to, I don't know, maybe Australia to play a challenger, to Johannesburg, and those, depending how the flight is. And then it also depends if you're traveling with a coach or not. Then, you can, if you lose first round, you could go out with a minus, yeah.
And what's your coaching setup at the moment?
Actually, I don't have a coach, and here I took my best friend, who's been a coach in Switzerland, Daniel Puttkammer, and he knows me since, I don't know, maybe 10 years, so he's probably the best guy right now that I could have taken, and we've been working pretty hard on the court, and been seeing the results also, especially on my return game.
Is there any reason why you don't have a permanent coach?
Yeah, no money.
No money. Yeah.
Very simple.
Do you envy someone like Murray when you see the money that big players like him are earning?
Well, it also depends. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money, but it also depends if you're also still a free person. Because I'm very free, I can do what I want. If I don't feel like playing, for example, next week, then I'll go home. Being in his position and having his type of money, there's definitely a certain amount of contracts that you're tied down to, and definitely rules you have to follow. So that's why probably right now I don't have any contracts besides Topspin closing and Air Berlin because of playing Bundesliga for the Rochus Club, because I've been free basically most of my life, and I'm definitely, the contracts I'm getting, I'm definitely looking at them properly to make sure I don't give away too much of my freedom and other people are deciding for me where I have to play, where I have to train, because then I just can't perform good.
Do you get a sense that there's a following at home for what you're achieving? I mean, will there be a sort of fevered anticipation in Jamaica for you?
Right now, yes. Beforehand, because the federation wasn't doing their job and they weren't really properly doing their media jobs, on us playing Wimbledon, like I said, I've said this 10,000 times before, I got an email from the president asking, congratulating me for the wild card. At that time, I was ranked 98. Obviously, you don't need a wild card to play the main draw at Wimbledon, which obviously then no one in Jamaica knew what I was doing. And it was really sad that I'd actually have to call my dad in Jamaica and tell him, I'm playing Wimbledon next week, and back and forth. And I don't know if it's because of the new president now, but there have been, as far as I've heard from friends and family in Jamaica, the last couple of days I've been on TV and in the newspapers, and it's definitely a little bit of a change.
Okay.
After Newport, why did you go back to Europe playing clay when you could have
Be-
played hard?
because the tour events in Europe, in the States, I would have been in qualies first of all. The challengers in Europe, I would have been in the main draw, and I had to play, if I would have lost, to play Bundesliga in Germany. So it wouldn't have made sense to go and stay in the States, fly to Germany, stay in the States, and just back and forth. So I decided to go over there. And yeah, this year has been a terrible clay season for me, but yet I've made all my points in my life in juniors and in men's before playing on clay. So it was just a bad year on clay.